let's do another page. So I have these 2 pages that were cut from, or torn from, a book about watches and clocks. Yep, it's going to be perfectly sized. This was not a typical bound book. It was, the text block was glued in. So what I need to do is put pages together. I'm going to use my paper tape. This is Scotch brand. And I'm just going to draw a straight line. Yeah, that'll work. So I make sure it gets relatively halfway. The tape will be even on each side, it's relatively. I'm just going to add a little bit of this glue stick. I'll do a better job trimming that in just a minute. Okay. Okay, just set that aside. Now, let me look at this again. Yeah, we're good, we're good. So, I've cut this picture out of a book, and I'm going to make a little booklet out of it, and then I'll put it on the edge of the page, and you'll be able to add extra journaling. So there is a little indication where the hinge of the book was. I'm going to just slightly score that. And then let's see if we can get it to fold. Looks like we can get it to fold. Gonna add a little more paper tape just to ensure the integrity of that fold. A little bit of hangover here. I'll trim that off. Next, I'm going to glue this to a Amazon paper. If you don't have a book picture of a book from a book from a book, you could find probably something online, or take one of your nice covers and scan it and print it out. I wouldn't attempt to use an actual book cover. That might be a little heavy. I'm going to cut this out. Now, if I had this is 3 sheets of packing paper I folded in half. If I had a stapler that would open up so that I could staple these pages in, I sure would. I don't. They will need to be trimmed around. Once I get this all together. Whoop, why did you come out? Oh, I think I forgot I was filming. I was thinking about my day yesterday. And an email I sent that I didn't get an answer to, and now I'm all verklempt. Verklempt, I guess is the word, sorry. All verklempt. I think I'm going to hold it this way, trim, then sew that tiny signature in. Nope, I won't. Nope, not you. You. I might need to do a little more trimming, but that'll get me started. Let's do 9. Not perfect. Hopefully this will work. Pop some holes in here. And I'm going to actually stitch from the outside. Alright, just a simple 3-hole pamphlet stitch. I don't want to pull it too tight. I don't want to break my thread. Let that hang. Okay. Okay, I'm going to use this glue again. Oh my goodness, it's after 8. I gotta put my pants on, go to work. I'll come back and finish this tonight. Probably before I turn the camera back on, I will do some stitching here, I think. You know, I could have sewn down here too. That's okay. That's okay. I'm just going to let those threads hang. All right, I'll be back tonight. All right, that's now stitched in there. You just got to train it to open, I guess. I suppose once it's in a book, it'll flatten out too. Okay. This side, I'm going to I'm going to grab another page from that book. There's a couple blank ones, but I'll just use a page that I don't think I would use. Find something a little boring. But there's so many cute pages. There we go. There. I pulled out 3 envelopes that I tea dyed or coffee dyed once upon a time, and they're slightly narrower. Than this page. So I'm going to fold a little edge here. And a little edge here. I mean, come on, Nancy. It's not completely necessary that these are 2 perpendicular lines, but for my sake. Okay, so what I am going to do is I'm going to start at the top. And see, here's what I want to do. I want to put a second pocket on top, or a second page on top, and form a pocket. And then put these 3 envelopes on top to make 3 more pockets. You know what I mean? So I guess what I need to do is I'm going to turn this down a bit. Pardon me while I think this through. I think I will turn it this way. That way. I can cut this out slightly. So how's everybody's day? It's Friday afternoon. the afternoon after the big Microsoft outage. When we got to work this morning, our electronic file system was not working. Our phones were not working. We couldn't open any PDF files. It was just a little crazy. I'm gonna grab that circle punch again. Don't know why I ever put it away. Yeah, it was just crazy. Let's just let's just name it. Okay. Okay, I'm going to glue that down. Have to remind myself to look up now and then, make sure the camera's still working. That's really frustrating that it's doing that. I've recently removed a lot of files to empty out some memory. I have no idea why it's doing this. Okay. I just had a thought. If I put these envelopes on a hinge, then that opens up all of this for journaling. Oh, why not? Let's do it. Let's get another page. This time I'll take the heavier fly leaf. Guess banking was not working properly, and I know flights were canceled and what have you. Stopped at the grocery store on my way home, and everything seemed to be working, but with a few hiccups. So I was trying to pay attention to things going through the checkout. I feel like I did not get charged for my frozen yogurt. I'm feeling kind of guilty about that. Not a terrible lot, but a little bit. Okay. Just going to take a fraction off. Fraction of a fraction. And then if I glue, whoop, and if I glue the envelopes on like so, it's going to be slightly uneven. I'm going to have to take like maybe another 1/8 of an inch off and push it right up against this fold here. I mean, I could go over it, but that would make me unhappy. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take a little smidgy off. Okay, that's gonna work. So the first thing I want to do is I'll put one up at the top. Just looking to see what that might look like. Maybe edge punch this? I don't know. Let me see what I got. This is one I had a hard time with the other day, and I think it was because of the paper, not the punch. Yeah, see, it works fine today. Yeah, that's going to work. It was a nightmare. I can't remember what it was, what kind of paper it was I was punching, but it didn't like being punched. But this time it's working. Big plans for the weekend? Nope, me neither. Doug is actually working. There's some sort of event going on at the college, so I'm on my own. That might be good, that might be bad. You never know what kind of trouble I can get into. Okay, now let's give this a little lick of ink. Oh. Fixed it. I'm inking the wrong side. So the summer of Doug might be over. So I'm going to put the one at the top and the one at the bottom. And then try to predict how am I going to calculate where to put the center one. Okay, the top one I'm just going to glue down because it doesn't matter. This one I'm just going to put a little bit of glue at the very bottom to hold it in place. Okay. Oh, okay. I think I know. I think I know. So if I find the halfway point between the top of this envelope and the top of that envelope, I should get this perfectly centered. In theory. So this is just about 5 3/8. So 2 1/2 and 1 and a smidger. What do you think? Does that look right? Well, that's the way it's going to be. So and then this will, whoop. Then this, once it's dry, will tip up like that. Okay, let's get you back here. Now I've left this open under here, so I will just close the bottom that. Okay, so I got an idea about where I want this, because I want it evenly spaced, because I'm like that. That's going to be perfect. Whoa. Just like that. I'm going to stitch a line here. But before I do that, I want to think about how I will close these. Could use Velcro again. What do I have 3 of? I'm thinking. What could I use to decorate these 3 things? Let me have a dig around here and see what I do have. Okay, I thought briefly about trimming these blue crocheted flowers out. Briefly. But now I've decided I'm going to take these little motifs that, these were cut from a large crochet doily or something. So instead of those, I'm going to use these guys. Just wondering if I want to layer anything else under there. Try it. I might like it. I don't think it's a bad idea. I'm just wondering if I want something a little thinner, maybe. Oh, maybe. Maybe just some straight up netting. More like that kind of a vibe. Oh, maybe thinking cheesecloth, maybe. This is a double layer. See if I can get them apart. Look at that. I did it. What about a button? Should I go all hog wild and put a button on there? These little appliques. No. No. That won't do. Okay, let me grab a button. That's what I'm going to do. So let's start by putting down some cheesecloth. I've been discovering some new YouTube channels. Recently. Today, actually, I watched a flip through of a journal that Diane from, what's her channel name? Little Pink Cottage or something like that. Diane Hubert. She was doing a flip through of a journal she had just purchased, and it was kind of a cool journal, so I found that person on YouTube, and I'm looking forward to spending some time this weekend looking at her creations. Okay. Just going to put a page under there so I don't make a mess. Not a big channel. I can't think of the name of the person. Something Laboratory. less than 1,000 subscribers. So definitely new to me, probably new to you as well, I'm guessing. Who else have you discovered recently that you're enjoying? Maybe I'm a new discovery, huh? Yeah, it seems we kind of get into a bit of a slump sometimes with the content on YouTube, and I appreciate just having the company. You know, I might not even be watching the channel, so sometimes a person's voice or the things that they talk about are just as important as their creative skills to me. Maybe I want little buttons. Let's see. I think you would probably agree that, you know, some of the people that we watch on YouTube, they're just really great communicators and we enjoy their stories. I love me a British accent. So there's quite a few UK creators that I watch. But then there's other accents I just can't stand listening to. I wonder if there's a Canadian accent. Well, I'm told there is. I don't hear any difference between a Canadian accent and a general American accent. Like not a regional accent, like a Southern accent or a New York accent or a Boston. But a general, you know, run-of-the-mill. So I don't hear any difference, but apparently there is. I can hear some regional differences in Canadian accents in general. I always can hear the Newfoundland accent as soon as a person comes through my office door, and I do see a lot of Maritimers from Newfoundland or Cape Breton. There's a huge Newfoundland population locally. I need some thread. Just grabbing a piece of this candle wick thread. And I could just sit and listen to them all day. Might not understand what they're saying, but I'd listen. And people from the West Coast, they have a very flat A sound. I can't even reproduce it, but when I hear a West Coaster say my name, Nancy, it sounds like Nancy, like ah. And here in Ontario, there's much more of a twang, I guess. I don't know. Interested to hear your thoughts. Are you someone who's driven more by the vocal content than the creative content? Does it matter? I mean, I do want to hear about new things. But I prefer to hear about new things from somebody who's an excellent communicator. I think I'll do it like that. When I'm in my car, I would say at least 80% of the time I have talk radio on, whether it's a Sirius XM channel or CBC radio. I just like hearing voices. I might not even understand what they're talking about, who they're talking to, or anything else. I just enjoy voices. So a lot of the time on YouTube, I'm listening to documentaries. There's one channel that Doug and I used to watch religiously almost. Liz Retros, she does like thrift haul, or did thrift hauls, that sort of thing. And her and her husband, the banter was just hysterical. And they must be around the same age as me and Doug, because the pop cultural references resound with us. But recently she's been doing like more shoppy kind of hauls and Temu kind of hauls rather than thrifty garage sale-y things. So we've kind of gone off that channel. She started doing a little number with puppets too for a while there, and that was just odd. Yeah. But if she ever went back to just doing her thrifties, we would be back regularly watching. We still subscribe. We just may or may not watch. There is a history channel we watch, Reading the Past. She just recently got to 100,000, and she does a new video every Friday. Okay. Yeah, I like that. So I can make little tags to go inside each of these. I still might do Velcro, but I can do that after it's in a book, because maybe just it'll settle down once it's part of a page for a while. This page, I might do a little bit of a, what do you call it? A cluster or a little collage or something, just to decorate that. Looking to see what I have handy here. Like, I might even just like put a page over top, and then put a page over here, pop a few holes in, tie a ribbon at the top, and that way the jewels will show through. What do you think? Let's do that. Just checking. Yep, we're still recording. About 5 1/4. So what if I do 1 3/4 inches and 1 3/4 inches? Pop a couple of eyelets through there. Yeah. And I could even grab that rose that I had and then use like a pinky peachy ribbon. No. No. Stop it. Okay. I'm going to put the glue right here on the line. Grab some eyelets. Trying to decide. Maybe I'll do green. I've got my crocodile. That's what it's called. I'm going to use a 1/8 of an inch punch here. Pop the hole in. Did I tell you I saw one of these at a yard sale last week for $2? I was tempted because it was pink, but I refrained. That's really bright. There's more of a tealy blue color. I have pale blue, but they're flower shape. Oh, I've got these ones that are just sort of a neutral color. That'd be good. Briefly considered these I got these gunmetal ones. But I don't think they close very easily, so I wouldn't want to wreck the whole page if it didn't pop just as easily as I think it should. Okay. I'm going to switch this. Okay. You monster. Now I've got some silk ribbon, silk embroidery ribbon. I was wondering if I had like an ivory color, but I don't think I do. I have black, but I don't have ivory. Wait, what's this? It's kind of thick. It's not as thin as some of the others. Whoa! How much? Tell you what. I need to iron this. Okay. So I did iron a length of this, and then when it got down to it, I thought, why don't I use some of this? This is old seam binding. It's almost see-through. It's so old. And it kind of matches the brownie black thread. And then on the other side, like it's going to be a better match with the front of that booklet. So I'm just going to pass this through. I should do it with my right hand. I should do it in a fashion that is pleasant. I'm not sure why I need to make things so difficult for myself. Okay. There. Wasn't that pleasant? All right. This is where it falls apart for me, as you know. not great at knots. And then I'm going to just add a little bit of glue on the edge here to prevent raveling or unraveling. And I bet you I have something that looks clusterish that I could put on that other page. Got to check out the pre-made stuff, right? Let me see what I can find while I wait for that glue to dry. So I had lots of options here. This was from a Big Book of Ideas video that I did earlier in the spring, or later in the spring, I guess, using authentic ephemera. This is, for example, is from spine of a book. There's ledger, the book page, some handwriting. This came from the Boy Scouts, and then a photo. So I'm going to put it on the edge here like a tab. And that's stitching right down that side. Maybe I will just ink that edge of the book page that's going to be sticking out. But I'll leave a little of this unglued so that I can tuck a little something under there if I like. Okay, so there's my page. Start at the beginning. So on the front, I have this piece of, like, it's sort of like a vellum-y, parchment-y kind of paper, so I can see the jewels through it. This opens. Here I have this book cover facsimile and some places to journal in there. We've got this little tuck spot. Flip it over. I have these 3 envelopes and, sorry, this opens, journal, and this I can put a great big journal card in there. So there's another page. I think, let's see what I got. I think I have enough pages now that I can That's going to be a fat one. I might only be able to get 3 pages in this signature. I was doing 4, but I might only be able to get 3 in this one. Gosh, that's pretty. Oh, it's gonna be very chunky. I might have to take this one off, or one of the others off. Like these two are thinner. So maybe I can do this one, and then I'll have to put this one in a different signature, because this is gonna be too fluffy. Oh, I got another page too. Wow, this is tough. So I have this. That. Oh, you're not a... You're the signature. I don't know. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching this, and leave a comment below. Who do you watch, and what is your preferences in your YouTube viewing? Is there your go-tos? Take care. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.